Hello, hello, everyone. It is good to have you with us today. My name is Sarah, and I work full time at KidzMatter as the Director of Ministry Partnerships. And today we're really excited to dive into a really fun conversation with Darren Hovde. Did I say that right, Darren?
You
From
got it. You bet.
from KidCheck. So, Darren, do you want to start by giving a little bit of an introduction and then we can dive into our fun conversation today?
Sure. Yep. So my name is Darren Hovde. I've been with KidCheck for almost 15 years now. Um, KidCheck's been around for 17 years, but I was one of their first salespeople, and now I'm the VP of sales. So
There
been
you go.
around the block.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. And you said KidCheck has been around, did you say 20 years?
17 years.
17.
Yep.
Okay, almost 20. That's close, right?
Yep. Yep. We can round up. I'm good with
We'll
that.
round up 20 years, not too far off. That's awesome. Uh, so obviously some people might be hopping on this and they know what KidCheck is. Some people might not know what KidCheck is. But do you want to share a little bit about what KidCheck is before we start diving into the nitty-gritties of KidCheck?
Sure. So KidCheck is a children's check-in system for churches.
Yep.
Um, we were pretty basic when we first started 17 years ago, 20-ish years ago.
Yeah.
But we've added a lot of different features and benefits over the years. So
Yep.
um, I'd love to show you and share with you what that does and is. So
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're excited to be able to talk through it. I feel like check-in is I know for me, I was a children's director. Check-in was one of those things that if I heard somebody was having an issue with check-in, your heart like immediately starts palpitating like, oh no, what's happening now? Something, printer's down, Wi-Fi is not working, something is happening, and I am not always the most techie person. So I feel like check-in is sometimes one of the things that gives the most anxiety a little bit, but it's probably one of the most important things of a ministry because it's your first impression, right? Like that's why it makes it
for sure.
so important. Yeah, we are talking today kind of through, I guess, some of those solutions that hopefully would help a children's ministry leader not feel so anxious when it comes to check-in, right, Darren?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So, a lot of times, in fact, we just got back from a trade show and people come up to us and they're like, well, what makes you different? And we're always having printer problems. Well,
yeah,
what makes KitCheck different is that we have a wireless solution called our Express Hub. And the Express Hub actually plugs into the Brother printers, and you can get the Brother 800, which is the least expensive of all the Brother printers, and all of a sudden it's wireless. And the reason we did that is because we didn't want to depend on Brother and their software to make us wireless, because then we have a device into a software to make KidCheck run. Now we're only dependent on KidCheck. And that's what makes us different, because if somebody updates their software, it doesn't break KidCheck. We are updating our software. And with this device, you can plug in up to 10 printers and you can have 10 different iPads running it. So it's really a network appliance.
yeah.
So does that make sense, Sarah?
Yeah, that's awesome. So, from somebody who doesn't have much of a tech background, I could use KidCheck for sure.
100%. Yeah,
Sounds like
100%.
this is for the children's ministry leader who is like, I have not a single tech bone in my body, but I know that this is important because, like you said, we live in a day and age that technology, like it's expected. I think that when somebody goes to a church, if they've ever been to a church before, it's expected with your kids to have some sort of check-in process. I think the goal is how do you make that as seamless and smooth and non-complicated as possible, right?
Yeah, it's scary all of a sudden, like you said. your computer isn't working, your internet went down, or whatever else, and you've got 20 parents in line, and they're already late for service.
Right,
So
exactly.
they're wanting to check in, and all that stress goes on you.
Right,
So the
right.
cool thing about KidCheck too is that we really hang our hat on our support and training. I
Mm,
mean, we're the only ones that I know of that are out there from 6 a.m. to noon Mountain Standard Time, and you can actually get a hold of a live body. It's not
wow,
a text message, it's not
wow.
an email. You call us, we'll pick up the phone, and we'll help you with your
Oh,
situation that you're having.
that's wonderful. That's I'm sure it helps so many people feel like they can go into a Sunday morning with a little bit more confidence behind their belt that, like you said, if they have a line of 20 parents, they know somebody they can call.
Right, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly, exactly. So you have mentioned this express check-in.
hmm
Can you talk
So,
more about what does that look like from just a very practical how is that? Walk me through that.
okay. So the Express Hub is what makes our printers wireless. And with the Express Hub, you also get Express check-in. So
Okay.
if you have, 100 different families checking in their children, now you have 100 check-in devices because the parent can download the KidCheck app on their phone. They can go in and say, "Hey, I want to check in." And they're going to check in from home and on the way to church. But when they walk into the church, it says, "Hey, it looks like you're at church. Do you want to go ahead and print your labels and
Wow.
finish your check in?" So it doesn't even register that you've done anything until you get to the church. It sees that device, and boom. It literally takes 2 to 3 seconds to get your labels versus the,
Wow.
30 seconds to a minute.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. So you're saying that they can check in from home.
100%.
That's incredible. So how do you train your families to be able to do that? I feel like that would be if I'm thinking of how to implement Kid Check into my church, how do you kind of help your families know, hey, like this is a benefit?
So, what we really suggest is let's take the nursery, for example. I
Yeah.
tell one of our new churches, hey, take the nursery, grab 5 of the people that you know really well, show them how to do it. And you've got, 2 people checking or 2 lines over here checking in on devices. Put your other line to the right hand side, and this is the express line. All of a sudden, you've got your 5 families going up printing
Wow.
within 2 to 3 seconds. You've got all these other families going, hey, that's not fair. How did they do that so fast? And
Yeah.
then you've got everybody going, I want to do that thing. So
Yeah.
Express Check-in is just a
That's so
great
smart.
solution to get people through quickly and excited about checking in their kids easily.
Yeah, I feel like I can visually see how exciting that would become in your church of like, "Hey, why am I not over here, like, getting checked in like them?" And just being able to
Yeah,
create a conversation point even around how fast people can check in. That is smart. I love that idea. So,
right.
okay, so you can check in from home, you can check in from your car, you can check in anywhere. What are some other things with this Express Hub that I might need to know about?
So it really makes it easy for you guys to add a printer. So
Okay,
all of a sudden you have another check-in station and you're like, oh my gosh, how do I do this? You plug it in, you go to your printer settings, you name it, and boom, you're done right from the
wow,
little Express Hub. It's
okay.
really simple to do everything right from it. And like I said, if you don't know how to do it, you call our support team and we'll walk you through it.
Yeah.
And we'll send you a video on how to do it if that's the way you learn.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I think I was, looking at your guys' stuff, and you guys even do like, you'll hop on a free demo for somebody and completely walk through them
Yep,
like a complete customized solution too, right?
right, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, when you
Awesome.
sign up for KidCheck, we don't just say, hey, go figure it out, enjoy. We actually train you. We'll
Yeah.
actually set up a training call where you have you know, 45 minutes to an hour and a half with one of our trainers, and we'll go through all these different scenarios and what this looks like and how to do it. I mean, we even have our youth check-in, and
Hmm.
the youth can now download an app. I mean, what youth wants to check into KidCheck? I
Yeah.
don't know a teenager that wants to be called kid. So
No.
we have youth check.
Yeah,
Exactly. And the youth minister can have it on his phone. They come up and scan his phone and it checks them in.
that's awesome.
So
So I'm assuming this
not
can be
only do we have that, but we even have volunteer scheduling now, Sarah. So
oh,
you
wow.
can go in and now you can schedule all your volunteers for your entry point, for your nursery, for all the different scenarios that you can think
Wow, okay, and they get an email and are able to block out their dates and all of that like a
of.
other
100%.
traditional that's wow, that's impressive. So you guys do volunteer scheduling, you do youth check-in. Is there anything else that you guys do that we need to know about?
You know, I mean, KidCheck has a lot to it. One of the things that everybody is always in awe about is our broadcast text message and our broadcast email.
Mm,
So you can go in and with a broadcast text, you can say, hey, I want to talk to just the first service, but maybe you want to talk to just the fifth grade parents
mm,
because we're going to graduate the the fifth graders to the sixth grade. So we're going to have a party for them. Now you can text message just those parents and say, hey, let's have a party. We're thinking of these dates. Get back to me.
yeah,
So
wow,
there's so much to KidCheck. Like I said, we've been doing this for 17 years. We're always adding new features and benefits.
yeah,
We've got some great ones coming up this year, and I'm excited to roll those out. But I'm
yeah.
just going to tease you with that idea.
That's fair, that's fair, that's exciting. Yeah, I think what people don't realize with KidCheck is this is what you guys specialize in. This is what you're spending your days figuring out how can we improve, how can we serve these families, how can we serve these ministries, and make sure that we are the best check-in solution on the market. Would you agree
100%.
that that's like, I feel like
Yeah.
people get that when they hear check-in, they're like, "Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we know of all these other type of check-in solution softwares," but that's what I think KidCheck really does stand, you know, uh, put you guys aside is the fact that this is what you guys specialize in, and you
Right.
guys do have that support, that live support, and so those are some game changer moments for KidCheck and for I think a children's ministry leader as they're thinking through it. Um, what would be something that you would encourage a children's ministry leader that might be really struggling with kind of figuring out if KidCheck is going to make sense for their ministry?
To go out to our site and schedule a demo.
Yeah.
I mean, we can schedule a demo. I can take you through KidCheck within 20 to 30 minutes. I can show you how easy it is. I mean, like I said, we really hang our hat on ease of use as well.
Mm,
I
yeah.
can pull a report faster than anybody in the industry that I know of. And like I
Mm,
said, I've been doing this for 17 years. I've seen almost everybody's product. I can pull a report super fast and get you the information that you want, not what the system wants you to have.
yeah.
That's important
That's
for
very
most of the people running this.
yeah,
So
yeah,
especially the pastor,
yeah.
you know, the lead pastor, he wants to know how many kids do you have versus how many volunteers. I can pull you a report that shows you all of that information and makes it really easy to look at. So
That's wonderful. And can you make that even more specified on like how many are in nursery versus like I'm
100%.
assuming that it's very adaptable to the needs of the ministry.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm also assuming that size of church doesn't matter either here.
Nope. We have anywhere from 10 kids all the way up to 3,500 kids checking in on a Sunday
Wow.
around the
Wow.
church.
That is awesome. That's wonderful. So yeah, I'm excited to be able to share more about KidCheck. I think that we have a lot in store for 2025 with KidCheck and continuing to help get your guys' message across because I feel like there's a lot of children's ministry leaders where this is a pain point for them and they are looking for a solution that is really focused on serving their families and their ministry. And I definitely think they should check kid check out, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Give us a call and let us show you what the product looks like.
yeah,
We'd love to
absolutely.
talk to you on it.
Absolutely. Well, Darren, is there anything else that you think we should talk through today before we wrap this up?
I don't think so. I mean, just keep an eye on KidCheck and see what we have coming in the near future. Hopefully, we'll be known as the check-in company soon.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And if they're wanting to know about these new features that you so kindly teased us with, how can we make sure that we're learning about these new features that are coming out this year?
So just come on our site and sign up to get an email so you can get
Yeah,
updated on any new feature or benefit coming out.
wonderful, wonderful. Awesome. Well, this has been a great conversation, Darren. I hope that it has been found to be helpful to those who are wanting to learn more about KidCheck and the difference that it can make within their ministry. And I'm sure that we will see more of you in the months to come.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Sarah, for taking your time.
Awesome.
We
Thanks,
truly
Darren.
appreciate it.
All right. Bye now.
Bye bye.